PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. Hey, let me tell you something right now. A lot of you guys don't really know what my schedule is, but I travel over 40 weeks a year. That means I do not go home at night. You know, a lot of times you're in a hotel room by yourself and everything, and that gets to be kind of tough. So I take 2 weeks a year and I immerse myself with my wife. Some of you know that we just celebrated our 30th anniversary. So for 30 years of marriage, she's been putting up with my schedule. And it's a big deal when we get away by ourselves, where it's only the two of us, for a full 2 weeks. During this interim time, I got a request from Gulf States Toyota. There's an up-and-coming dealership out there. Last year, they placed number 33 as far as TCV volume, and they're cranking it this year. It's Fred Haas Toyota Country in Houston, Texas. They requested that I came in to do some training. Last year, they ran over a little over 100 certified cars a month. They're running about 120 right now. So they're making some stuff happen. So I got permission from Courtney. I jetted to Houston and I did a full day session. I got to tell you, it's exciting to go to a store that's trying to push to the next level. You know, my hat's off to those guys. Fantastic job out there. You guys made me feel like family, and I hope the session was exactly what you wanted it to be. But I want to talk and continue on what we did last week. Let's talk about prep and what's going on with Toyota. I know everybody's super excited about the new Supra. Here's the deal. There's 40 salespeople at your dealership. There's one salesperson that's going to sell the Supra. There's 39 other people who are going to be excited because it's going to be an exciting moment when the first person drives out in the Supra, if your dealer hadn't already got it sold to one of their friends or they're buying it themselves. So I know it's an exciting time, but it's one car. There's some new stuff coming with Toyota on the new car side. The new Tacoma is phenomenal. I've already tweeted out and done Facebook and videos about all the new equipment that's going on with Tacoma, Tundra. The 4Runner is being revamped. The Sequoia is being revamped. There is a lot of cool stuff going on, but we are right now, as an industry, that's all manufacturers, struggling to make profitability on new cars. New car profitability in some areas of the country is as low as I've ever seen it before. We're basically giving the cars away in order to produce our numbers because it's become so competitive in the market. But this is the biggest used car year in the history of the car business. So as a salesperson, we take advantage of where the flow of the business goes. You look at the business model and you go, where is the business flow going? And right now it's used cars. Used cars and certified cars. So, this is a big opportunity for us right now. On a new car side, we know what we have. It's a new car, there's warranties on it, the dealership stands behind it, manufacturer stands behind it. There's no excuses for a new car. Deliver the car. But on a used car, there's so much more we can do. Remember, the majority of customers find the used car digitally. So they've gone onto your website, they found a 3-year-old XSE Camry in black, exactly like they want, and now they've set an appointment with you. You're in the middle of the week, they're coming in on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock. Let me backtrack 30 years ago. It's the same thing I did. Customer called on the phone. They were looking for a car. Said, yes, I have that in stock. They said, I'll be there at 10 o'clock on Saturday morning. Now, that doesn't guarantee the customer's going to show up. 30 years later, it doesn't guarantee the customer's going to show up. Guarantees the customer said they'd be there. Now, whether they show up or not is a whole different thing. And I think a lot of times we need to put that back on ourselves. What am I doing to make sure they don't go anywhere else and they come to me first? Well, I don't know if you know this or not, but if it's a Toyota, take the VIN, walk back to a service writer, put the VIN in the computer, and if that car's been serviced in any Toyota dealership in the United States, the entire service history will populate and you can print that off. And the way I would greet the customer when they walked in the dealership is I'd say, hey, I hope you don't mind, but I want to do a little research on the car. So I pulled the entire service history. This car has been serviced at a Toyota dealership since the day it was new and everything's been done. That's a car deal. Nobody does that. I mean, some of you don't even realize that that's available. If you've done a certified car, so if that car became a certified car, it's the value of the car that they already saw, plus all the stuff we give them at no charge on the certified program. So if the service history and stack up on certified, if nothing else, you do know that a technician has to approve a car before it's sold either certified or used. So if Kevin Jones was your technician, I would show the customer a picture of Kevin Jones and say, the only reason this car's for sale at our dealership is because Kevin Jones, our master diagnostic technician, has signed off legally on this car. We've done all the internals on this car. Everything's been done. And I've got the ROs right here of what we did to the car in prep to sell it for you. And that doesn't have to just be a certified car. That's a pre-owned car. You can't tell me if you've done all that pre-work for the customer and you've taken all the risk out of buying the car. all the things they were thinking, like where's the car been, who owned the car, how was the car treated, was the car serviced. Man, we pay giant money every year for Carfax to say the car's okay to buy. I think Carfax is a great tool, but it should be a secondary tool if I can supply you with the person's name that worked on the car while it was in my store. Work really hard before the customer gets here, and then digitally you can send that information out. Send a copy of the RO, send a copy of the Carfax, send a copy of the service history of the customer. The goal is for the customer to set an appointment and actually show up at the dealership and then actually take delivery of the car. All that has to do with things that we can do right now. See, this is somebody right now calling me and wanting to talk about it. The most important thing we want to do is sell ourselves. I'm being repetitive, but maybe I'm getting older and it's okay. The number one thing you should sell in a car transaction is yourself. They've looked at pictures of the car online. They've seen the price of the car online. They found the car that they wanted online. We've communicated and answered all their questions. The only missing link in any car deal is who they're going to buy the car from. The faster you can get your information to the customer, the greater chance they can make a decision that you're the person they're going to buy from. So send a quick video out, send the information. Hey, I'm KC. I'm the guy that's going to be taking care of you guys. Super excited to meet you and the family. I can't wait for you guys to come in. And do all that information. So number one, don't get them out of order, sell yourself. Number two, obviously, is sell yourself. And number three, so number one and number two are the same. You notice that. Then number three is sell yourself, which is the same as number one and number two. No confusion here. They've already seen the car. They've already seen the dealership. They selected the dealership. They contacted you. They got all the pictures digitally. We contacted them digitally. May have already given them a price digitally. They may have filled out a credit application digitally. The only thing left out is you. If the reason they're coming to the dealership is because you've done prep work for them and more than anybody else has done, then you're going to actually deliver the car, which is kind of the goal of contacting a customer. Is that the end result is I want to sell them a car, and then I want to stick them into my service drive to totally immerse them in the talent of my service drive. So 5 years later, they're still in my service drive and they trade cars back with me again. I get the car that has a service history on. I sell them another car. I sell the car in. That's a 2-for-1. So it all becomes mathematical. And I guess if you'll take the emotion out of the car business and all the bragging out of how great you are out of the car business and you do it mathematically, your number's going to come up. I'm going to tell you right now, you're the best salespeople we've ever had. I mean, back in the day, man, Toyotas didn't cost anything, and used Toyotas were super inexpensive. Now you're selling $50,000 pre-owned Toyotas. That's amazing. You're the best we've ever had. Now, some of you will say you're the best, but then not go through the whole dance. Some of you are the best. Take the talent that you have, use the resources of the digital world, and rocket yourself to the next level. Man, it's awesome to be able to talk to you guys about and hopefully motivate you to step to that next level, because it's okay to make a living selling cars. Remember, the new cars are going to be there. Toyota's going to take care of that. Used cars are running. Work for your customer. Earn that arrival of that customer for the appointment. Earn it. Earn it. Make sure that no other dealership does it. You earn it and deliver the car. PK52. A shout out to Fred Haas, the Saturday Morning Meeting.